Welcome back to Trash Panda Off-Road. Today we're going to start putting the Ultra 4 Suzuki Samurai lift on the little Samurai. I keep having to chase the chickens away from the shop door. I think they might be laying their eggs inside somewhere because 4 of them really want into my shop. Okay, today's video. Excuse me. Ultra 4 Suzuki Samurai on the YouTube is Brian Downing. He is the gentleman that helped with the Trash Panda build when we put the Toyota axles underneath that rig. He makes a very simple and pretty easy, hopefully, to install lift. A 2-inch lift for the Suzuki Samurai. Obviously, longer shackles, and then these plates, they just go where the plates already are and extend everything down 2 inches. So, like that. That's just like that. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Had to buy a bunch of hardware yesterday, but hopefully I have everything we need and we'll be able to get this thing done today. Starters, we're only going to do half at a time. So we'll jack the front half up and let the suspension hang down a little. I'll probably remove the tires. And we'll do the front shackles, unhook the front sway bar, just so we have some ability to move things around. And then I also have brand new shocks for it, so I guess we'll get started. Front shackles are on, didn't take long. Sabrina came out and said she didn't know what I was talking about when I painted them green. So they're green now. Alright, moving on to the sides. These are the parts you need for the side to get it set up. You still need to drill these bolts out, and you're going to put 5/16 nuts in there, bolts in there. So it sits like that. Let me see if I can get this on here. Basically, you are going to remove that bolt. This goes on there like so, and you got to make sure that your 2 bolt holes are vertical of each other, and you're going to put that bolt back in with that spacer, and then that will lower the spring down 2 inches right here. And there's a washer on the back there that makes up this gap here, so this spring just gets lowered down about 2 inches. And shouldn't be terribly difficult as long as this comes out pretty well. You're gonna have to undo your shock first and go ahead and put the new one, let it hang, so as that the leaf spring will hang out. Of course the numbers aren't spun around. These are the shocks that is recommended that you use, because this is what works. You can get them on Amazon or through Summit or whatever. But you need 2 of each of those. Front end's done. As you can see, it's just enough. I mean, it really did add just 2 inches. Whoa! It added just the 2 inches right there to the front. Look at the gap there in that fender to that fender, and I like it a lot. All right, I'm gonna back it in and we'll do the back side. Now, I got super lucky on the other side, not so lucky on this side. These back bolts here always get stuck. The other one I was able to break free and get out. This one I had to cut it out. So what happens is this bolt gets rusted inside of the shaft that goes in the bushing, and in the process of trying to get it out, I ended up tearing the crap out of the bushing. So now I'm going to try to figure out how to get that bushing out so I can put a different bushing in, and then we will continue on. Brian on Ultra 4 Suzuki Samurai, his video of this, he shows you the way that he uses to get those out. It's like a ball removal tool or something. I can't remember what it is, but check out his video, Ultra 4 Suzuki Samurai, and he'll show you how to get that out without having to go the long way like I do. Alright, I got a bushing in there. Check it out. What I did was I still have some YJ bushings from when we did the Toyota axles. So I took a set and I cut them down. So I took one full one here, and I cut off the lip. So it made it just a little nubbin. And then the other one I cut in half. So I had a full one and a half of one. And then I took the metal rod and I cut it to the right length. And then I was able to bang those 3 pieces in. And then I'll have to use one of these bolts, which is fine because I have enough. But now we are, believe it or not, ready to pick up where we left off and get this last piece set up on there. Wait, is this the last piece? Yes, this is the last piece, and then we gotta drill some holes. But so let's get this thing put on there, and we are very, very close to calling it. That didn't work exactly like I wanted it to. Now that I got it in there, I realize that there is a huge gap. So I'm going to take another one, cut it to the right size, and then put it back on there. Still, or maybe I'll just throw some washers in there. I'll probably just throw some washers in there, take up that slack. That'll keep this from stationary, because if I put this in there, then that could still slide back and forth on this. If I put some washers in there to fill up that gap, that won't happen. Got it all done, guys. I love it. 2 inches is just right. It's got enough room in there, in the tires and the wheel wells. It makes it look more like an actual 4x4. That's just the right size. Ultra 4, Suzuki Samurai, Brian Downing Fabrication is the place to get that lift. It took me about 6 hours to get it in, right here on the ground. No lift, no nothing, just Harbor Freight off-road jack. So definitely give them a call if you want one. I'm super happy with it. Can't wait to get it out in the sand dunes and some of the woods and check it all out. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you guys consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, follow along Trash Panda Off-Road on the Instagram. I post updates as often as I can. I just finished editing the video for the 2-inch lift, and there's a couple of things I feel I left out. So replacing the shackles is super straightforward and super easy. It's best to start at that side, do the shackle end first before you do the other end. And I never really got back and showed you guys when you're finished up. Let me get down on the ground. When you're finished up, so what you got to do, you put them in here, you make sure these two are vertical, lower your shackle or lower your spring. Then you have to come back and drill. I mentioned this, but I didn't really show you. You drill these 2 holes out through the back side of the plate. And you see they got the nuts and washers going through there. So all of that, you drill those out, put bolts and washers and nuts on there, and that is what holds that all together. Also, if you run a sway bar, it still works. I don't know if you can see up there through all the stuff. Oh, that did not help as much as I'd hoped it would. Anyways, the sway bar is still connected. It's still up there. It still works. You just have to loosen some stuff up to get it tight again. And then this is the shocks. Anyways, so I've driven it on the street a couple of times. So far, I really like it a lot. I haven't had a chance to get it off the road. As you can tell, I'm redoing the exhaust on it. So we'll take it up to the woods shortly. But I feel that is a better understanding of how that thing fully works. So give them a call and go get yourself one. They're super easy to do, and it makes a huge difference. It seems like it handles a lot better. Seems like it's a little more stable. I like it a lot.